Like, I'm sort of glad she didn't find a legendary item, but I don't know. It just didn't feel lasting. I'm so nervous I'm going to run out of time, but let's try and do Roxanne.
Say, your lips look extra classy today.
I just touched on my makeup a minute ago. It pays to put in the effort to look your best, if only because it can provide a surge of self-confidence. Chapstick, seriously? Apply confident for 2 turns. Apply for 3. Increase. Alright, sure. That might actually be quite helpful because I do only tend to do like 2 or 3 rounds.
I can make an effort. But don't tell me you need more confidence.
Generally, no. Although I've been doing some soul-searching of late. Terribly inconvenient stuff, soul-searching. It started when I ran into someone on the street.
An old friend?
An old Mark, a man I fleeced for quite a bit of gold over the last few months. He spotted me through the crowd.
Well, you are quite noticeable.
Oh, thank you very much. He approached. I was sure he intended to cause a scene, perhaps demand his money back. Instead, he tried to give me money. He told me he'd missed my potions. He offered me a goodly sum for a fresh dose of my anti-baldness elixir.
Okay, that is definitely not a potion that exists.
I know that, and you know that. He'd never figured it out. And my first thought was, easy money, right? But something happened. As I stood there, staring at the man's trusting eyes and swiftly receding hairline, I imagined our roles were reversed. I felt empathy.
So you told him the truth?
Oh, heavens, no. I told him I was late for my charity work at a home for plucky, soot-covered orphans, and I beat a hasty retreat. But I didn't take his money. I think perhaps that's due to your influence. And I suppose I just wanted to tell you. That is, I thought you should know.
Yes?
That if not for this ridiculous moral code, I'd have extra money with which to pay you rent.
Dang, is it too late to go back and fleece the guy?
That opportunity, like the man's bangs, is gone forever. Now, let us get out of here for a spell. I'm in the mood for a change of scenery. Such a strange place, the forest. It's so open. That, I think, is the flirt.
And no one to hear us scream, keep your eyes peeled for monsters.
I'll protect you, I assure you. There's nothing in the vicinity fiercer than I. Except you, perhaps. You've already gotten the better of me once.
You mean in the competition? That doesn't exactly make me fierce.
Doesn't it? When I first saw you, I sized you up immediately. I pegged you for a spoiled little girl who'd never had to fight or scrap for anything in her life. And I was certain you'd be easy prey.
Wow, you're a really terrible judge of character.
I'm not too proud to admit I was wrong. Wrong on all counts. You're a fighter, Sylvia. You're every bit the fighter I am. I kind of feel that's the one she'd like.
You're definitely tougher than me, though. You weren't wrong about that.
Damn! Maybe, but I suppose I've decided that suffering isn't a competition. We have common ground, and a lot of it. I thought that made us enemies. Then I thought it made us allies. But we're more even than just allies, aren't we? We're friends. True friends. That's no small thing, not to me. Sylvia, your kindness and support, your belief in me. You're the best friend I've ever had. Ever.
Roxanne, that's so nice. Can't help bracing myself, waiting for a zinger about my hair.
Well, it is very pink today, but I give you a hard time, I know. I'll try to go easier on you. But teasing is how I express affection, and I have a great deal of affection for you, Sylvia.
I saw you teasing the mailman for having pointed shoes.
Well, yes, but he's a very good mailman. I mean, I must care for you a great deal if I'm able to overlook so many shortcomings.
There it is.
I jest because I care, and because it's easier than saying thank you. You see, this is the difference between her and Quinn. Because Quinn is really mean to Sylvia. And yes, there is that underlying care, but at no point does it feel like it's properly addressed, or at least not so far. But with Roxanne, she is mean to Sylvia, and then it's like, look, I know I'm mean, but I do really care about you, And that does make it better. But thank you, Sylvia. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. Maybe in the end I would have been fine on my own, but maybe not. And my life is certainly better for having you in it. My basement is your basement. Clever. Right. Quinn is currently at 9. 10, 10. I think she's at 7. I think they are at 8. He's at 7. They're at 10. And he's also at 7. So I think that's everybody is at 7 or higher now. Let's go for Roxanne again then. I need to work off some steam and yoga isn't cutting it today. You can do yoga. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. Not even hot yoga with baby goats. I thought you said you weren't going to give it a response. I thought of a good one. Can I help somehow? You're a faithful friend, Sylvia. Just knowing you want to help is helpful in its own right. Wait, that was genuine. That was actually genuine. She has gone through such an arc. I was expecting that to be a sarcastic put down. Wow, okay. That's why I asked you out here for a bit of therapy. Roxanne pulls a heavy sledgehammer from behind a bush.
Wait, where did that come from?
Oh, I have weapons stashed all over town. Perhaps that's a haggling tip you can try.
It's not at all relevant to haggling.
I don't know, you point enough knives at people and they tend to give you a lot of money. Oh, fine, here's a coupon instead. Yay, a thing I never use, thank you.
That works, thanks.
Now, shall we? Roxanne has brought a satchel full of junk she found at a second-hand shop. There are dinner plates, glass pitchers, little ceramic animals. She sets them all in a row and starts smashing them with her mallet. She's smiling now, exhilarated by the destruction. She hands the hammer to Sylvia, who isn't sure at first, but as a terracotta unicorn shatters beneath her blow, she immediately understands the appeal. Fun, isn't it? I call it smash and gab. Maybe it could be my next business after this enchanting lark falls apart. I'm going to go with the supportive one.
Don't sell yourself short, the enchanting business is going to work.
Damn! I cannot bloody judge her properly. I hope that doesn't cost me. It's that sort of baseless optimism. Damn it. It makes me wonder sometimes if you and I are on the same planet. I could be the most talented enchantress of all time. It has little bearing on the odds of success.
Tell me what's going on. We smashed, now gab.
If you insist. It's just that I have this exam coming up. It's the final hurdle in securing my business license. So I took a practice exam. I came back with so much red it looked like a murder scene. And I wasn't expecting it. I thought I'd done just fine.
There's no shame in it. That's the whole point of a practice exam. Just means you have to hit the books.
Oh, I tried that. I tried biting, scratching, and kicking the books.
You know what I meant. You need to study.
Oh, but that's absurd. I know all of this already. I'm running a profitable business. Pouty pouty. Why in the world should I have to study then for a test about how to run a business?
Because there's a difference between practical knowledge and book smarts. The formal might be enough to do the work, but if you want your license, you have to prove you have the latter too.
So let me get this straight. It's not enough that I shelled out my hard-earned money and filled out their little forms. I'm also expected to parrot their little trivia back to them. All to earn the approval to do the work that I'm already doing. That is quite a scam, and I would know.
That's the system we're stuck with, for better or worse. The business world definitely has its own set of rules. Just think of it like a game.
A game? But if you know if I play a game, then I play to win.
Exactly. I know you'll do whatever it takes. Even if it means spending hours memorizing trivia.
I know when a gauntlet's been thrown down. Very well, I'm going to crush this exam, Sylvia. I'll do whatever it takes. But first, I'm going to find a new hiding spot for this sledgehammer. I have a feeling I'll be needing it again soon. Oh, made a load of money, spent a load as well. I didn't see what Oswald said. Day 46. Dental gloss? Sure. Crater and wasteland. 80 grand. Ignore the extra 20 grand that's just appeared. I haven't continued a recording right now. Don't worry. Magical Wasteland Floor. Okay, so it's sort of like clouds. That's kind of cool. It's a bit unsettling having it all. We'll go. Hang on. Hang on. Look at over here. It gets darker. It's like reflecting. That's a cool detail. Odd, but cool. But no, I'm going to stick with this. Then again, the ice crags is not bad. Keeps like the colour without having it being trippy at the back as well where I'm trying to work. So yeah, alright, I'll stick with that. Mushrooms and mana. I had an idea, because I was thinking about this, and it's like, I do want to fight for the final... I do want to haggle in the final thing, you know? It would feel like a cop-out to not do that in the final thing. So, there is a chance my potions are too good. Okay? I hope I don't sound too cocky saying that. Whereas last time I was like a full tier ahead, I'm only like 2 stars above where it should be, so maybe they won't be. Maybe it's designed so that they can't be. But either way, I want to give myself a fight. So I'm going to brew up additional ones of these with 3 stars. I want them to qualify, but just. This one is actually unstable with a chance of losing one, so I might just be wasting resources at this point. That's not bad. Yeah, that'll... Oh, actually, if I take it off a little, then that will gain 1 and tick it over into a 3-star. There, really easy. Yeah, it's still going to take bloody 10, but that will do. Brew up some Thunder Tonic just to sell, and some ice to sell. Is there anything I don't have at the moment? Health, mana, stamina, speed, tolerance. Health. I don't have a great mana. Stamina. I've already used 2 speed, so it's unlikely that I'm going to need another. And I don't believe I have a tolerance. Fire, ice I've used. So there's thunder, shadow, and radiation. Thunder, shadow, radiation. Although I shouldn't use that because, you know, that's my contest entry. Sight, alert I've used. Insight I've used. Dowsing and seeking. Sight, and I don't have dowsing or seeking except my contest entry. Poison, drowsy, petri, siley, cursey. Curse, drowsy, poisy, petri, and curse. I am actually brewing up some more because that's my contest entry. But yeah, I've mostly got everything. So tolerance, mana, and dowsing are the 3 that I don't have any of. So I'm gonna make one of them. Masterwork mana, brewing. Oh, I do have a spare seeking, 2 in fact, and some shadow, and I do have a spare tolerance as well. I'll age up some thunder and some health. And the last health, and the fire. So Shadow is up today, and Good Sensation has more impact, but that's all. I guess I'm just sticking those in there then. That's the only thing that's really up today. Let's buy some treasure just cause. No, nothing new there. No. Yep, decent array of stuff, nothing at all worth it really. I don't think it's even worth buying more. I think I'm just going to save my money. I think this is 8 or 9 for Baptiste. Let's do this. Can you sense it in the air, Gren? Things are afoot. In fact, I go so far as to say as tomorrow is the beginning of a bold new era for the Heroes Guild.
Okay, I'll bite. What's up?
Ice cream first, I think, then business. The ice cream vendor has new flavours since Sylvia was last here. While she struggles to decide between Bedazzler Honeycomb, that sounds nice, or Brambleberry, that sounds less nice, Baptiste simply asks for a scoop of today's special. I always order the newest flavour. In fact, I think I've become something of a guinea pig for the ice cream maker. I'm certain I was the only one in town who ordered the Stingray Surprise.
That's brave of you.
More brave than you realise. My mother might disown me if she knew. She's the heiress of the world's largest vanilla dynasty. In my family, chocolate is forbidden. Strawberry is sacrilege. I'll admit, not every flavour is a winner, but I've had enough vanilla for a lifetime. But enough about ice cream. I lured you here with the promise of news. I believe I've finally found a solution to my dilemma, a way to alleviate some of the financial stress burdening my heroes. Have you figured it out already? That's the logical one? I just don't know, because that's the one he's mentioned before. but I don't know how he could do that. So if he says, have you figured it out, that implies it's something he's talked about before. So it's one of these two. I'm going to go with this one.
Are you reducing the guild's cut? That would allow them to keep more of what they bring in.
Damn. I would surely like to do that, but we talked about this before. Yeah, you said, did you work it out? I see. Oh, yeah, it's going to be cutting costs around the place, isn't it? Damn. Our stakeholders, that is, my parents, would have the rates, have set the rates, and they keep a close eye on what comes in and what goes out. I might get away with it for a month or two, but then I'll be dragged out of here, and likely replaced with someone far less sympathetic.
Okay, I'll bite. What's your idea?
I'll tell you, it's education, Sylvia. Wasn't one of the options then. Starting tomorrow, I shall be giving a series of lectures aimed at demystifying venture capitalism, thereby empowering my people to grow their capital through the judicious application of first-class investment strategies.
Oh boy.
I know, it's a mouthful, but don't worry, I'll be peppering the seminar with ribald jokes just to keep them interested.
It's a sweet idea.
Uh-oh, your words are flattering, but your tone is not.
The thing about investing money is you have to have money to invest. It's a great way to make the rich richer, but those of us struggling just to get by.
You know that Sylvia's gone this entire game investing in expeditions. It's sort of undermining what she's saying right now. Oh, I see. All the investment tips in the world won't help if you don't have 2 coins to rub together. What a shame, I was so looking forward to leading a seminar, although this might explain why the sign-up sheet remains empty.
I'd be up for hearing your ribald jokes.
I haven't written any yet. Locker room talk isn't my strength. But I did take the time to draft up a new coupon for you. I trust that effort at least was not wasted. Alright, so that's 8. And then the next one's 9. And then it's 10. I mean, I can count, you know.
Well, this definitely alleviates my financial burdens for that thing I'm not using anymore.
Nice to know I still have some good ideas. It's within my power to fix the guild's problems, Sylvia, I'm sure of that, but I'm baffled on the how of it. I clearly have some more thinking to do, but I figured out one thing. You are a wonderful sounding board, and I don't take that for granted. Not for the moment, not one bit. Not for a moment, whatever. Yes, and he has the next one as well, so we're just going to carry straight on. I always have time for you. I'm in too good a mood to be confined indoors today.
You want to play hooky for a bit?
I like the idea in theory, but what if I'm needed
Just put some bar snacks, lock up the liquor, and leave a first aid kit with mint.
No, mint.
The heroes will be fine.
You do have a knack for anticipating the needs of others, don't you? I hope you deploy that level of emotional intelligence in your haggling. Emotional intelligence. Raise interest by 8 if customer has an active debuff. Raised by 25 instead. They have an active debuff, so if I've debuffed them, this becomes stronger. Okay.
Thanks for the tip and the compliment. And actually, I'll take some bar snacks for the road too.
It's amusing. When I was a kid, my parents had to bribe me to go outside. I never wanted to leave the house. Now I think I'd go mad if I didn't get into the open air at least once a day. I guess people change. But I had an ulterior motive to coming to this spot in particular. I wanted a proper look at that big glorious skull. You see it there? It's hard to miss. The Kraken skull casts a sinister shadow over the beach. Although it sits in the shallows with an easy reach, beachgoers all give it a wide berth, except Zid, who likes to have picnics on top of it. You know the story, I assume? About how a group of heroes came here to depose Maven, but first had to get past her guardian, Kraken. The skull is all that remains of the creature. What do you think of it? I think that's the one that'll vibe with him most.
It's an important part of history. Leaving it there really connects this place to its past.
Right you are. Foundational myths are important to any community. So is remembering the sacrifices made by generations past. 20 years ago, a band of adventurers set out on a quest to vanquish a fiendish witch queen. They knew it was insanely dangerous still. They left their homes and their loved ones behind. They hoisted their weapons and their sails. They answered the call. Why, though? For money? For fame? Or because it was the right thing to do? The answer is all of those reasons. Their actions were courageous, their intentions noble, but they were professionals, and professionals expect compensation in return for their expertise.
Yeah, we have a saying in the circles. A potion maker can't pull nutrients from the glass's swallowed flasks. It loses something in translation from the original Draconic. But the point is, everyone's got to eat. In our world, that means making money.
A concern that I personally never had. Baptiste thumbs a small flat stone he's picked up somewhere along the beach. He winds back, sending it skipping across the water. It goes a good distance, nearly making it all the way across the bay to the skull itself.
Wow, you're good at that.
Thanks. Living in a carefree childhood, I had ample time to develop useless skills. It is only now dawning on me how all of my life's privileges added up to larger differences. Never having concerns about where my money was coming from, that left me ill-equipped to understand the needs of those in my employ. Seems obvious enough now. If I want heroes to join my guild and stay in my guild, I need to compensate them for their vital labour. But that's easier said than done. I'm not at all sure where that money should come from.
Sounds like you have some thinking to do and some math.
Right. Insight? Or just... I don't think it's going to be insight again. Dowsing, maybe? If only that were all I had ahead of me. But our sparring dummies need to be stitched up, arrows and potions need to be restocked, and the dust bunnies look to be planning a revolt. It's hard to wrap one's head around systemic change when the chores never seem to let up. But this is the job. It's my job. And if there's a problem, it falls to me to solve it. So solve it I shall. I'd best enjoy these last few moments of the sea breeze, because when I get back to the guild hall, I have my work cut out for me. Baptiste has a lot on his plate. I can't solve all his problems, but I can provide him some potions. Okay, that's not what I expected at all, but I'm glad I'm brewing up mana. Baptiste wants to improve his hero's quality of life. Donating a mana and health potion would be a nice gesture. Ultimately do very, very little. I mean, given that I'm now doing really well, what would be a good idea would be to say, hey, I'm doing well, I want to give back. The Hero Guild has helped me a lot, and I wouldn't be where I am without it. So I will donate, I don't know, 14 health and mana potions a week. And I'll go round to the others and I'll say, look, this is what I'm doing. I think you should all give like 5 a week each and help the guild. Because I can afford that. That's like, that's essentially 2 cauldrons on one day. Easy. So, yeah, that's not a problem for me, and I could easily go around and get the others to do it too. Yeah, I think that would be a really smart thing. Instead, it's just,
here, have 1 of each. Bye-bye.